So guys, it has come to my attention that a lot of people are still asking about my sensitivities, even though I've already done a video, but maybe it wasn't that clear. I have done a couple of modifications on my sensitivities, so we'll go through them right now. But first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for the support and everyone who does tune in to watch the videos. You know, all the negative comments and the positive comments. You know, I do appreciate everyone commenting and supporting the channel. Negative comments, you can't really help, but I try to educate them that things are possible in Pubg, even though you don't think they are. Right, let's get straight into the video. Settings, controller type presets. Okay, these are very easy to distinguish. Type A is proper weird. Do not recommend it. If you're using Type A, switch to Type B. It might take a little while if you have been plan on A to adjust, but Type B is definitely where it's at. It's like where you used to come back from Call of Duty. The buttons are practically the same as Call of Duty. Any other shooter. I don't know why I'm really comparing it to Call of Duty, but it's like any other shooter. Left stick to aim and right stick to shoot. Much easier. There's a couple of different button layouts as well because of solely Pubg is all about button bashing and trying to loot and stuff like that. So you'll get used to it. Type C is for claw. I don't see how people can play claw. I've never tried. I never really will. It does have its advantages, but I'm not personally a fan of claw. We don't want to invert anything. If you press left, it goes right. If you press right, it goes left. There's no point. It's backwards. Same with going up and down, left, right. It's not good. Dead zone, I personally have them on 10. If you do have stick drift and having problems with your controller drifting to the left or the right, up and down, whatnot, then I do increase. I would recommend increasing your dead zones because it will help the input of when your stick movements and stuff like that. It just helps with the input. So if you do press down, it doesn't get down straight away. It has that bit of a delay. So if you are having stick drift, then it does help. It does help a lot. Vibration, I can't play any game without vibration. I need it on 10. It does drain my battery with my controller, but I do use a charger cable 24/7, so my battery doesn't run out. It probably does bust my controller a lot easier as well because you're not supposed to have everything on charge full stop. Forward running sensitivity is 31. You don't really need no help running forward. It doesn't really matter what you have on. You can have on 10. I don't really ever see the point of putting that up and down. Movement sensitivity, it's when you want your character to run rather than walk. It doesn't really matter. These two don't really matter. They're nothing. You can have them on anything. It doesn't really matter. Vertical. Okay, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Vertical is obviously where it adjusts your vertical sensitivity multiplied to the camera, which is on your right stick. I would recommend anything between 80 to 100 because anything over 100 I think is probably unplayable. You could give it a try. It might work for you, but I personally think anything between 80 and 100 is perfectly fine. General sensitivity, you definitely want it on 20. Okay, it's a very, very high sensitivity and it's going to be hard to get used to, but it's so much better. You can snap onto people, you can flick people, you can 180 people if they do end up shooting you in the back. It does have its benefits. Sometimes when you're coming in and out of ADS while you're shooting, it does screw you a little bit, I will admit, but you shouldn't be really coming in and out of ADS when you're shooting anyway because it's not going to help your aim. I recommend 20. Just get used to it, guys. It's so much better. You'll thank me in the long run. Driver sensitivity, it doesn't really matter. I kill my team in the car every single day without fail, so I don't really bother with that. So I don't know what you guys would like that on because I don't drive, and if I do, nobody gets in the car with me, so it doesn't really matter. Aim acceleration is disabled. I don't like the fact I have to try and lead my bullets and keep up with the acceleration of my aim. So if you're following a car, the car's flying past you, your sensitivities are decently high, say between 10 to 15, you can keep up with the car. If you're lower sensitivities, I recommend having aim acceleration on so you can keep up with the car as well. But if you run at high sensitivities, turn off aim acceleration. It's not going to help you in the long run. Just turn it off, get rid of that. It's not worth it. Over the shoulder aim and sensitivities. This is more for like panic. If you do panic, if somebody surprises you in a corridor or you walk into a building and there's a guy in the corner, you can quickly just press your L1 over the shoulder aim them. You might have to move left and right very quickly. So have that around about 10 to 15. I have it on 12. It's in between. It's decently enough. It's fair. So that's more like just for panic shooting. If you are shooting at people at distance with this, do not do it. Use your aim and down sight. Try and aim down sight unless it's very, very panicky situations where they're in your face. Otherwise, that will screw you. My sensitivities I have dropped from 17 to 12. I did originally buy a scuff controller to help me with my stick drift because I was going through controllers like there's no tomorrow. I press my sticks too often. I do end up breaking a little clip inside that it holds it in place and holds the tension there. So they don't really last me that long. But my scuff controller, I didn't like it. The sticks was too sensitive as they were. I'm not a fan. Maybe I could have got different sticks for it, I don't know, but I got rid of that. It wasn't for me. I did sell it today, so I'm back on my DualShock, but 12 is fine for me. Still being able to laser people, still being able to flick onto people. I'll probably end up raising it again to 17 in the end, but for this moment, 12 is working fine for me, especially while playing ranked. 15 times is probably the slowest scope out of them all. Doesn't matter what you put it on, unless you zoom that out, this is where it counts. If you zoom the scope out, this is how fast it's going to go. If not, it's fixed at about a 3 to 5 sensitivity while scoped in. I don't know why it is, it just is. I don't know why Pubg has done that. I really hope they fix it in the future because I do want to use the 15 times scope, but it's not beneficial because I like fast sensitivities. Gameplay language is English. You know, you can have whatever you want. You know, if you're Spanish, you know, you're from France, you know, you can do it. You can change it. It doesn't really matter. You know, obviously fit it to you. I'm English. I'm putting it to English. I don't understand any other I was going to say accent there, but I don't really understand any other language, so I don't see the point of me changing it. Crossplay, keep it on. Otherwise, you're just going to get full lobbies of bots, and it's not fun. Trust me. Kill video, I like text solely because majority of the images, the AK to the SK12, they do look different. And knowing what gun your enemy has while you're going into that fight is definitely the worst. It's definitely the best way to go. You know how to expect. You know, you're going to expect either an AK will destroy you close range and an M4 will destroy you at range. So you know when to position yourself, where to position yourself. Should you push closer? Should you not? If they've got a shotgun, what shotgun is it? You know, it's definitely worth having text because it tells you what that gun is. Colorblind mode is protanopia. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I like to have my blood at like a luminous green, a luminous blue. I'm not really sure what one it is. I think it's blue. It could be green. I could be wrong. But if you're shooting people from range 2, 3, 400, 500, 600 meters at a stretch, you can see you hitting your shots rather than have to try to see the faint redness of blood. So I definitely recommend protanopia. And plus the red zone's yellow, so it's a little bit less scary. Default crosshair color doesn't really bother me. I'm used to it now. It doesn't bother me at all. On-screen button hints. If you are new to the game, I do recommend us having this on. It's one of those things you can always get back to, like, oh, what button do I press? And it's on your screen. Like, you don't have to go through your settings. You don't have to try and find the settings on the internet. It's there on your screen for the ones that you need for the settings and the buttons that you need. Sorry. Network but debug statistics. So if you do have mediocrely good internet and sometimes it does let you down, you're wondering why you've been shot behind a tree, you've got behind a building but you still died, a grenade has killed you but you don't even see it on your screen, it's probably because you're lagging and you do have poor ping. So this allows you to have the ping counter in the corner, so it'll show you the ping, it'll show you, you download, you upload, and it will show you if you're having packet loss, which is probably one of the worst things to have because weird things go on when you have packet loss. I do feel sorry for people from Middle East. You know, personally, I believe you guys should have your own server because it's not fair. You have to run 100, say even 180 to 300 ping. That's what some people are running. They have to run it. It can't be fun to play on there, and it's very very frustrating for people who's got 30 ping too, like myself. I'm getting shot round corners, or you know, I get instantly flushed or something because they've shot 3 bullets. Then bullets are down me, but on my screen I'm still up, and then they shoot another 3 bullets. I get down and I get flushed, I get first, it's straight up, you know, it's very frustrating because it feels like you've just been hacked, it feels like you've just been aimbotted, and sometimes people can get a bit, you know, oh, that was an aimbot, that was that, but no, it's just the shitty connections that this game has, unfortunately. Desync will always be a thing in every game, but unfortunately PUBG is probably by far the worst I've ever seen for desync, especially towards both consoles. Both consoles, Xbox and PlayStation, I've had both. I just sold my PlayStation and my Xbox today, sorry, so I'm only on PlayStation now. But they both are the same, guys. You know, it's somebody could take 12 bullets, some people can take 6. It depends where you hit them, and it depends how bad a desync is compared to, you know, how much ping you have and what console you have. But desync is the same on both sides. It's bad enough when you're coming against people who's got really really bad internet and their Xbox. That's when it becomes a bad thing. Same with when they're killing people who's on PlayStation and they've got bad internet. It feels like they're just tanking and tanking and tanking. But that's desync. It's in the game. You have to deal with it, guys, especially if you love this game. Compass background does not matter at all. What you just personal preference. So I don't like it on. I prefer it disabled. The loot flash effect, I prefer the pulse. Solely, I prefer the pulse because you might walk past a weapon and because it's not pulsating, it doesn't show you the outline of the gun. It just shows you the outline of that gun. So say there's an attachment underneath that gun, you don't see the outline, you just see one glowing gun. If it's pulsating, you might see something that you don't normally see. That's why I prefer pulse. It's happened to me in the past, it's going to happen to me in the future, and I'm glad pulse is there and not just glow. Auto replacement, weapon skins. Of course I want my weapon skins on my guns. I paid for them, or I've unlocked them, so definitely worth having it on. Especially whether you got somebody who's just picked up the game or they picked up the game a little while ago and they've only got the orange Nerf gun skins. It's not fun to have that on. You light up like a Christmas tree, especially if you're one of these bush wickies who sit in the bush or you're hiding in the building in a corner somewhere and it's very, very stand out that you have an orange gun in your hand. So I prefer to put on my Shark Bite, M16 or my Shark Bite K9 or, Break's new skin that come out in the store, which is sick, by the way. Very, very nice skins. Depends what you want. There's only two handguns, technical handguns that can go full load, which is a Scorpion, which I personally think is an SMG. I don't know if they class it as an SMG, but I class it as an SMG. And the P17, I'm pretty sure it's the P17, which is full auto pistol. But I prefer to have it on single because I prefer to single shot my pistols because the majority of the time you'll pick up a pistol, it only has 25 to 30 rounds. You don't want to waste them. Single tap it, try and get the kill. SMG is obviously full auto, especially if you're going to land lobster or you're going to land middle of Pachinki. You don't want to pick up a gun and have to swap the fire rate while trying to reload it. Not fun, it gets you killed. Definitely have it on full auto. Secondary fire doesn't really matter. DMRs I prefer single. There's only two guns that you can really affect, which is the MK14, the Mark 14, what you do get out of a care package, and the VSS. VSS doesn't really matter. I mean, the gun is unreal if you know how to use it. It's a very, very good gun if you know how to use it. Tpp Camera angle position, I prefer my right shoulder. I always lean right. It's probably going to get me killed a lot now by you guys, but I'll always lean right if I shoot. If I lean left, it's because you're already aiming and I'll have to get a different angle, or it's the kind of angle you have to lean left, but I will always lean right if I have to. Auto reload, one of the best things ever in the game. Sometimes you do forget to reload and you're about to get into a fight. You pull up your gun, it goes click, 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 and then you have to hold square to reload it. Whereas if you do end up having to do having to reload that gun just before a fight, at least it's going to reload for you. And you're like, oh god, what have I done? Thank god this is there, thank god this has helped me. Auto attachments and auto replacement scopes and stuff like that. So auto attachments is definitely one of the best settings on this game. You pick up a vert grip and it goes straight onto your gun. You don't have to equip it, it goes straight onto your gun. Unless you already have an attachment there, then you do have to swap it over. But the difference is when you're hot dropping and you need that red dot on your gun ASAP, that is going to be your best friend. Same with the scopes. You have an SKS, it's the only gun you've got, you see a guy running across the road, you see it 4 times, rather than having to pick up the 4 times and it doesn't automatically equip that, you have to manually do it, that guy could have really be across the other side of the road and you've lost your kill. If it's automatic, straight into a gun, aim, position yourself, line it up, shoot, kill the guy, get the kill, sorted, free loot. Auto replacement attachments, like I said, these 3 settings here are insane. I love them. So if you have an AK and you've been holding this vert grip for ages until you find an M4 because you prefer the M4, I prefer the M4. I can't stand the AK. I can't use it. It's weird, but at times I just hate the gun. Full stop. But if I'm using an AK and I've got a comp, I've got a mag on, I've got a sight, and I pick up the M4 for the AK to change it over from the AK, it'll equip my mag and it'll equip my red dot and my comp straight to my M4. All I have to do is equip that red dot, the vert grip, and attack stock. So it makes things a lot easier, makes life a lot easier on Pubg. Radio message. This is one of the best things as well. I've only recently started using it again. I hate it when I first come out because you have to double click and you have to move your left stick and then you have to click again. But the quick ping is definitely by far the best thing to have on. Always have it on, especially for ranked, especially for comps. You don't have that 5 seconds to try and press all these buttons to try and mark where somebody is because by that time they've already moved or they've already flanked. This is by far the best thing. Just click your right stick in, it marks where you're looking, it tells you that your team, there's an enemy there, especially if you play on random squads and your team doesn't have a microphone. There you go, shabam, it's done. Continuous items, I always use bandages. if you have no first aids and you're literally 1 HP and you need to get those bandages off, rather than having to apply one by one by one by one, you just click it once. It constantly keeps going to your full health, so it's 100% worth having on. Death cam, just in case you think you've been cheated out of a win or you think you've been you've been killed by a cheater, you can always review it. I use it quite a lot. I do sometimes think, oh my god, this guy's absolutely annihilated me, but just turns out they're very good players or they've got a lucky headshot. So it's always worth doing that. Volumes, I hate the music. I hate the music. I used to love the music back when PUBG first came out. That the song you can get on the car, like the original song for PUBG, I loved it. Hate these songs now, so I have that off. Everything else is obviously enabled. I always have it on 100%. Graphics, field of view. If you're playing FPP or you go into Tpp Camera while you're playing TPP, I recommend 100. 3 doesn't seem like it's going to make much of a difference, but I have heard that it causes some frame issues when you go to 103. I don't know if that's true or not, but I prefer it at 100. That's my personal opinion. You can put it on 103, you can put it on 90, it's up to you, but it just shows you how much of the screen you can see in front of you, so it can stretch the screen a little bit so you can see more things. If you lower it, you see less. Brightness, 80%. I have it universal for all maps because majority of the maps are going to be darkened times, and rather than having to keep adjusting some maps, just put it all on 80. It lightens the maps up by far. The only thing it does sometimes play up on is Sanhok, where you're inside a bunker or you're inside, one of boot camps buildings. It does get a bit dark. I'm not really sure why. I think it might be a bug, but that's that. But that's pretty much everything covered, guys. That's pretty much everything covered. And I do want to thank everyone who has supported. I do want to thank for everyone who commented and liked and, commented very nice things. To the haters, I'm sorry they hate me, but maybe I can change your mind in the future with some videos. I am trying to work on maybe doing like a hand cam recoil control video. I do want to do that. I do want to implement that, but I'm just very bad at editing, and I'm very bad at the IT side of things. And obviously, because of lockdown, because of quarantine, it's very hard to get my friends to show me how to do it. Which hopefully I can get that all sorted soon, and show they can show me what I need to be using, how to edit it, how to put my camera in there, and I will do it, guys. I promise you now, I will do it. But for now, that's it, guys. I do appreciate everyone checking us out. I do appreciate everyone stopping by. Much love, guys. Peace.